I'm Salah Muhammad Salah Ayash, and my team members are Zol and Saiful and Ikmal. So today we are going to present our project, which is Student Enrolment System. So I'm going to explain the introduction for our project. So for introduction, the student enrollment is a system that can trace and keeping record of student data and student subject enrollment in a university. A student can check and provide their status and also their availability of their subject according their course. Aside from that, the system makes it simple for the administrator to manage the students' data and classes. When the students make an enrollment of subject, their information is sent to the back-end system, which the administrator can access to handle the subject and classes. By having the system, more students will be entitled to use the online enrollment system because there will be include images and useful information on the subject and other survive profile. So this is my part. So I'm going to pass the presentation to Zol. He's going to explain the database design.
Thank you, Salah Ayash. So now we're moving on to the database design, where we will show you how the ERD business rule and the data dictionary that we have made. So these are the tables. You can see there a few attribute and entity that you can see here. So moving on. So these are the relationship, or we can say business rule between, so the first point is between the student and program. So a student joins one and only one program. A program can be joined by one or many students. The second point is for the relationship between students and enrollment. A student register one or many courses in enrollment, and enrollment is made by one and only one student. So the next point is the relationship between course and enrollment. A course has in one or many enrollments, and enrollment has one or many courses. The next point is between the lecturer and the students. So a student advises one or many students. A student is advised by one and only one lecturer. Next point is for the lecturer and courses. So a lecturer teaches one or many courses. A course is taught by one and only one lecturer. Next point is the lecturer, between the lecturer and faculty. A lecturer belongs to one and only one faculty. A faculty is belong to one or many lecturer. The next point is for faculty and admin. So the relationship is a faculty has one or many admins, and admin has one and only one faculty. The last point is between the students and the faculty, which is a student has one and only one faculty. A faculty has one or many students. Moving on. So these are the data dictionary, where we can see here all the attribute name, contents, the size, format, and also whether the table is has primary key or foreign key. Yeah, these are the students table. These are the course and admins and lecturer, faculty, and the last is enrollment and program. So I will pass to Saiful or continue our presentation.
Right, my name is Saiful, and today I will be presenting about DDL script. So first we have a student table. We have a student ID as the primary key, and we have 3 foreign key, which is a program ID, lecturer ID, and faculty ID. Next is course table, where course ID is the primary key and lecturer ID as a foreign key for this table. And the next one is admin table, containing admin ID as the primary key and faculty ID as the foreign key. Next is the lecturer table, containing a lecturer ID as a primary key and faculty ID as the foreign key. For the faculty table, we have a faculty ID as the primary key And for the enrollment table, which acts as a bridge entity containing student ID and course ID as the primary key. And for program table, we have a program ID as the primary key. Next, I will pass to Akmal for the DML script.
Okay, thank you, Saiful. So I will continue our presentation for DML script. So for the example for DML insert statement, the question here is ask us to insert the program details that contain program ID P8568 and program name is Bachelor of Electrical Engineering with honor. So the SQL statement is insert into program values and we put the data that the question asks. And over here we can see the output where the new data that has been inserted to the table. Next question is the example DML update statement. For this question, the question asks for the change name of the lecturer with the phone number that given to Salah Muhammad Aish. So our SQL statement is update lecturer, then set name equal to our name that we want to change, where our condition is lecture phone number based on the question given. Then from the table we can see the name for the lecturer has been changed to the Salah Muhammad Ayash. Example DML delete statement. The question asks to delete the program with program ID P8568 and verify the change made to the table. So our SQL statement is delete from program table where the condition is program ID equal to P8568. So we can see the program ID with P8568 does not show in the table. Okay, and next, for the DML select unary operation, the question asks for to retrieve admin number and also retrieve admin name and the number with the name start with the letter of S. So the SQL statement is select admin name, admin phone number from table admin, where the condition is the word start with the letter S. So we get the output Safiah binti Ali. For the next example, DML select aggregation and grouping operation. The question asks to retrieve all the total number of student name. So the SQL statement is select count student num as total student, which is our new name for the table from student table. So we get output which is 5. And next, for the example, DML select inner and outer join operation. The question asks for list the student ID and name pair with the lecturer name and ID. So the SQL statement is select student ID, student name, lecturer ID, lecturer name from student table join lecturer using lecturer ID. So we get the output like the table given. And next we get the example for DML select nested or subquery operation. The question is display detail of lecturer who teach math subject. So the SQL statement is select all from lecturer table where the condition is lecturer ID in select lecturer ID from table course where course type which is the condition equal to math. So we will get the output like the given table. And that's all from me. So thank you. That's all from our group presentation, and thank you.
Dah habis.